Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we headed back to Limsa Lominsa to figure out what was going on with the peace process that Admiral Merlvib was trying to get started between the city-state and the Beastmen in Vilbrand, the Sahagin, and the Kobolds. But the issue that she had been running into is that one of the pirate groups in the city was not cooperating. And so we started investigating to figure out what was going on with them. And as it turns out that after the civil war began in Garlemald, after the death of the Emperor, that the Garlean fleets had withdrawn from Eorzean waters, and so the potential targets for these various pirate groups had dried up because the Eorzean alliance sanctioned the piracy, but only against Garlean ships, which kind of made the pirates more privateers than pirates. And so, the other groups had kind of found alternative methods of, making a living through legitimate trade and other things. But the Bloody Executioners, I believe was their name, had found some other method. And as it turns out, that they were still engaging in piracy. They were just now starting to steal from the kobolds. Their crystals, and specifically. So that was throwing a wrench into the whole process. Merlvib went to talk to them. They weren't hearing it, and so they challenged her to a duel, which she handily won because, she's a badass. And, before she was forced to kill the acting captain of the crew, the real captain showed up and talked them down and, threw his support behind her. So it looks like things are going to be moving forward. Now, the next challenge is the kobolds themselves, because their leadership is tempered by Titan. So until we can resolve that problem, there is really no chance of peace at all. So that is what the plan is going to be. We are going to basically present ourselves as bait to bring out the High Priest, who will then almost certainly try to summon Titan, and then we'll intervene, and then try to break his tempering using the process that Alice has developed. And then hopefully, if we can succeed at that, they will listen to what Merlvib has to say. There's no guarantee of that, because the problems are, big. So, at least it might get the conversation started anyway. So, we're over here at Camp Overlook to head into Kobold territory to get this process started. Me talking to Alice here. Hold on. Just a second. I just dropped my graphic settings a little bit because I had them turned up. But I was noticing some choppiness during recording, so hopefully now things look a little bit smoother. There we go. Okay, so let's talk to Alice and see where we're at. Alphino wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed. And should you want for ether, you need only say the word. Ah, Gabu. Gabu, did you follow us here? There's something important that I want to say to the High Priest. Express, state, say. Please let me come with you, please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay here where it's safe, alright? There's the Admiral. My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. The mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you are ready, let us proceed to the Ugamoro mines at once. All right. So, let's head on over and see how this goes. Nothing should bother me down here. So, that's right, we gotta go around this way. Kind of tight spaces flying in here. All right. Here we go. This Aetherite will bear us to our quarry, indeed. Should he make to summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. That's almost certainly going to happen. At this, all hells will break loose, and we'll have an army of kobolds to entertain until Alice's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them and let Einzar do the rest. It's time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall. Alright, let's do it. We will be doing it as machinist. Well, they still have those dead bodies around. How long has it been?
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa. I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Alright, here we go.
Now, Alice! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me!
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Alright, here we go. Alright, so who's first?
We must protect Alice!
Alright, here we go.
There!
crossbow
sights.
action. All right. Do this. Oh, yeah, right.
You're in my sights.
Just keep them all grouped up so that the Admiral can hit them all. All right, there they go. Okay, got those guys locked down. All right, first shot. Yeah, did not do much over there. Dampering is too severe, right? One person's ether alone is not enough.
Oh, just what we need.
Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna stand here so I can absorb both those hits.
You're not alone.
Let's deal with these guys.
There.
One down.
You're in my sights.
Alright, keep it there.
Here you are, Alize.
Alright, Alphino and Gratia are giving ether. Uh-oh, bombs. Got him. Uh-oh.
More! I need more ether!
Alright, get rid of the other bombs.
Just a little more!
Oh boy. Yeah, there are too many. Alright. He's gonna pull them all. Alright. Looks like he's down for the count. Alright, another shot. Still not enough. It looks like it's my turn. Oof. Oh. The Admiral's gonna take it. Alright, she's down. Alright, up to me. far, so good. Oh, I want to get out of that. All right, he's out. The rest of the ether channeled in.
Yes, this will do. Here I go. Go, Angelo.
Did it work? What?
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
No. No, 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 no! Why? Why would I do such a thing?
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Looks like Gabu came anyway.
Gabu! What are you doing here?
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it, and you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already, so please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted! The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact! Violated, breached, broke! Unready as we were! What choice had we but to call upon the Divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter, of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsans, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt, and any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it.
An interesting proposal. A trade deal.
There will be no more man and beastman. Just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world. If you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan. and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die. Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Well, that's gone well. Good. But there's still a long road ahead, I'm sure. A lot of fences to mend. Alright. On to Molib. Alright, it would seem we have found a way forward with the kobolds. Next, we will help the Second Order to free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest, but reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say that I was in your debt, but that has long been true, so instead I will say thank you for helping us plot a new course not only for Limsa Lominsa, but all Eorzea. Alright, the great ship Vilbrand. All right. Alphino's face is a picture equal parts jubilation and relief. Yes, I can imagine. That was risky.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
On to the next
Breathe, man.
crisis.
What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
What in the world is that?
Well, that can't be good.
A tower?
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea.
Of course.
Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert.
That's not exactly classic Garlean look, but maybe the materials are.
Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
All right, so we're off to Alamigo. We're gonna meet with Lise and start trying to figure out what's going on. All right, well, there's the rest of the crew. All right. Well, and it's suddenly night.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Roca preserved!
Oh, you.
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
You're here. Good.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why, even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck. Is that... Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandaniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
What do you want?
My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
Oh boy.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering! I'm different, you see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers, and this very star our stage. Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Well, that's going to be a problem. And it seems he just wants to watch the world burn, apparently. We'll see. Alright. Let's talk to Lise and see how everybody's doing. Right. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Ralbon, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Merlwib tells me, you're due some time off duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well, but if you need our help, don't hesitate, and take care, both of you. Alright. Anything else to say? They really did it. You found a cure for tampering. Oh, it makes me want to do something heroic right now. Speaking of which, I better get ready and set out for the tower. Alright, and Ralbon. If an Ascian is on the prowl, it will not be long before we call on you and yours again. Rest now while you still can. Alright, so we need to head back to the Rising Stones and talk to Kryl. Alright, and I think this is the end of the current main story quests line until the next patch comes out, which we now know will be on April 13th, I believe. And we still have some things to do after this. So we'll just keep on chugging until we get through it. Alright, well, let's talk to Kryl and finish this off. Oh, you're back too. Good. We received the reports from the Alliance. Since we're all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in El Amigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable, but for the endless variety of our foes. This Fandaniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron, indeed. Unhinged, perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature did resemble the descriptions I've seen of the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable that this is some manner of simulacrum born of Ascian magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Yustola? I have been to see the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Ulda and delivered the porxies to her grace, along with the detailed instructions on their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amalja claimed that a number of their kind have been abducted and that men are responsible. Naught is known of the perpetrators as yet, but the immortal flames went about investigating the abductions. They came upon one of Fandaniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yanxia. They're all over the planet. And it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little now, save remain vigilant. And since we're dealing with a dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Estinian. Estinian. Estinian? Now, just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lance, I would be first to welcome it, but the truth is, we will struggle even to find him. Well, they did so once. You let me and Krell worry about that. We'll sniff him out no matter where he's hiding. Indeed. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him, regardless. So, if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. Yep. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city-states and educate them in the use of the porxies. They would doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the tasks ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. Let's see. Was ever the way, the world often needs saving. And save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow a nihilistic madman to take us all to the grave with him. Not when the future holds such promise. Nay, I will do all in my power to protect those whom I hold dear, just as you have always done. Alright. I'm guessing, yeah, there's going to be a final cutscene here. Meanwhile, somewhere in the locks.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Glory be. Glory be. Glory be. Glory be to Garlemald!
Okay, don't go to their towers. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Xenos.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing her that you await her coming, though I confess, I may have singed her a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
Alright, so don't know quite exactly what they're up to. And Xenos is off to find a new weapon. That'll be interesting. Alright, so I think we're going to end the episode here. And then we'll get on to other business when we come back next time. We still have the rest of the Eden storyline to go through. Back on the 1st. Alright. So for now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.